All right. How's it going, everyone? This is the happy pessimist leftist. And let's get into this article, shall we? Jimmy Dore buys a $1.9 million house in LA. So this is from the article. Jimmy Dore, the Pasadena based comedian turned political commentator known for his YouTube famous The Jimmy Dore Show and for his time with the Young Turks, has spent $1.9 million to upgrade into a distinctly cozy, charming compound in LA's San Fernando Valley. Oh my God, what a hypocrite. I mean, are you telling me this raging lefty has money too? That's just unacceptable. All outspoken leftists must be broke to be legitimate. Everyone knows that. If you're espousing things like raising taxes on the rich, universal health care and education, putting an end to crony capitalism, you better be broke, have dreadlocks, wear musty clothes, and be playing in a drum circle on Hippie Hill. Or be an angry, depressed loser that frequents poetry slam cafes and constantly asks to borrow money like a true socialist lefty. Otherwise it's not cool, man. Check out my indie band where we're playing a show in my friend's basement. It's totally rad. It's ridiculous. That's effing ridiculous. That mentality right there. There are people in comment sections across YouTube and some people I know personally who give Jimmy Dore crap for buying a house that costs $1.9 million. To which I have to ask, is Jimmy not allowed to have money? Or a bigger question, are we not allowed to have successful people on the left? Anyways, more from the article. Located in a leafy pocket of Studio City, Dore's new purchase clocks in at 2,815 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 4 full baths, all of them divided among the 3-bedroom main house, a separate 1-bed guest house with its own private yard, and an additional studio with private balcony. You know what I have to say to that, guys? You know what I have to say to that? Congratulations, Jimmy Dore. That's what I'm happy for you, my guy. I really am. I mean, he's a successful comedian, right? He's got to have some change, and he's worked for his money. And some people out there are trying to, quote, expose him for having money while running a progressive lefty YouTube channel. And that's what I call ridiculous. Of course, leftists can have nice things. Leftists aren't against things and stuff and money and cars and bitches. By the way, I have a sense of humor. Anyways, from the article here, moving on, there's direct access to the 2-car garage from the street, plus a wooden wall and gate that leads into the lush resort-like yard. Beamed wooden ceilings, hardwood floors, beige walls, and recessed lighting that are found throughout the main structure, while skylights bathe the formal living room in natural light. A homey brick fireplace sports a wooden hearth, while 2 vintage-looking wall scones flank it on either side. On the far side of the great room is the formal dining area situated under a new age chandelier. How bougie. So, doesn't that sound nice, though? Doesn't that sound nice? If you think this is him selling out, then we don't need you in the leftist movement, my friend. I'm sorry. At least that's my opinion. Or if you're saying this, you might be a right-winger, too, saying this, trying to pull a gotcha on the left, but it ain't going to work, my friend. Sorry. I can't help but feel like this article and others like it, I don't know, it might be a hit piece on Jimmy Dore. Really, it might be a hit piece. But all that this is telling me is, wow, I mean, you're saying this millionaire who could easily just be enjoying his fame, money, and success is choosing to lead, I don't know, a progressive movement when he could easily just be chilling, enjoying his wealth. I'd say that's pretty impressive. A millionaire pothead comedian advocating to have his own taxes cut. If that's what's going on, then that's impressive. And that's what I have to say to this hit piece. Anyways, moving on in the article. Though the property does not contain a pool, there are multiple spaces, some surrounded by fragrant bunches of jasmine, with seating meant to serve up stunning sunset views, making for ideal spots to enjoy a few drinks and hors d'oeuvres with friends. Hey, at least he doesn't have an evil capitalist pool, right? Am I right? An evil capitalist swimming pool. Anyways, I mean, it's a short article, and I didn't cover every paragraph. Looking through it now, there's more property description in the article if you're interested. Yeah, I mean, it is indeed a beautiful house. Yes, it is. So a link will be put in the description below the video if you're interested in that. But you get the gist, right? You get the gist. But there is a bigger point I'd like to make here. Because if you ask me, leftists are allowed to be successful. I know, gasp, shocking. They are allowed to be successful and have stuff, or live their lives like a Pitbull music video if they wanted. God bless. Leftists aren't necessarily anti-consumerism, materialism, anti-money. In fact, some of us love those things so much that we think everyone should have a chance to get those things for themselves, and not just for a greedy few who already have those things. I mean, you want to pop bottles on your own very own yacht someday. I want that for you. Shit, I fucking want that kind of money too. Well, some might say, and I've heard some people that I know both personally and online, I've heard some people say, yeah, but that's champagne socialism, and Jimmy is just another champagne socialist. You see, that's pretty much what my dear friend said to me in response to this. He's a friend of mine that I will not name, obviously, on here. He's a friend that I'm very close to, and we debated this topic, actually, before I made this video. And he's a Trump supporter. He is a Trump supporter and a fiscal conservative. But, we get along, we have civil debates, and we're still homies for life. Who says who says leftists and conservatives can't still be friends and still respectfully disagree? But anyway, the point is, if you want to talk about champagne socialism, okay, let's look up the definition of champagne socialist on the largest ethical search platform, Google, shall we? So let's look at here. I'm going to highlight this real quick. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. Just this. Champagne socialist. What is a champagne socialist? A person who espouses socialist ideals while enjoying a healthy and luxurious lifestyle. Now, tell me what part of that is a problem? Seriously, what part of that is the fucking problem, my guy? Dear friends on the right, a champagne socialism to me sounds like someone who has money but still wants to be taxed fairly to provide equal opportunities to others and provide basic needs and have the right things publicly owned. Maybe, I understand that might not necessarily be the definition for everyone. But if I am solely basing it off of this definition right here, solely basing it off this, and this one alone that I read here, then gotta be honest, I like what I see and I'm all for it. And if Jimmy Dore is a champagne socialist, then I hope he's a proud one. This is really what it means. Wait, why does champagne socialist have to be a dirty term? Why can't lefties have nice things? Bigger question. I'm here to tell you they can, and that you can if you so desire it. So, yeah, if you someday want or already have a house like Jimmy Dore's, or if you want to own multiple properties like Jimmy's, that's fucking great. That's great. And yes, there is more things to life than money and things, right? Before anyone says anything about that. Yeah, there's friendship, family, love, pets. I mean, all of that, just as important. Well, you can have both experiences if you want to, believe it or not. But anyway, this video isn't really about that. And if anything, lefties want to improve capitalism. If anything, it does not want to burn it to the ground entirely. For example, democratic socialists. I took a political compass test recently, a lefty one, and I got democratic socialist. Some friends I know got libertarian socialists, some friends other things, but the democratic socialists, for example, they want to take the best parts of socialism and mix it with the best parts of capitalism, not get rid of it completely. That's socialism, baby. They just don't like crony capitalism, which is welfare for the rich, among other things. Leftists are stuck unfortunately, they're stuck with the image of musty musicians with dreadlocks and musty Nirvana t-shirts and handmade African beach shell necklaces or whatever, and poetry slam drum circles, man, and all that. No, not all of us, definitely not me. That's a stereotype for sure. I don't know, for example, I'm clean cut. I like showers. I like business casual dress. I like money. I like stuff. I like to get my coffee at Starbucks too sometimes, and not necessarily just from the local co-op owned indie coffee shops that donates to local artists and candle makers and vegan farmers, man. And yeah, Starbucks is big and evil, blah, 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 blah. But, damn near everything you buy, and me, damn near everything we buy comes from some big corporation somewhere. So don't come at me with that. If you thought it, but just cry me a river. Look, I get it, but things aren't black and white all the time, and things aren't always that so simple. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with the types of leftists that I'm poking fun at. There's nothing, there's nothing wrong with those types who I grew up surrounded by, actually. You know the types. Covered in tattoos, they have blue hair, are smelly, and have nose rings. Some are feminists. It's all just, but it's all in good fun. I'm being playful. Stereotype, it's all in good fun. It's just all humor also. So don't get offended if some of you out there are offended. And there are people who look like that who are not all broke and who have money and all that, blah, 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 just to clarify there. I'm just trying to broaden the left's image a bit more is all. Because I think people bashing Jimmy Dore for buying a nice house and having nice things is a manifestation of this false image of the left and paints it with a broad brush and doesn't allow the left to grow beyond the financially broke stereotype or the hippie anti-money or anti-wealth stereotype. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, look, I get it. Right, I get it. The image of capitalism has been sold to us as sexy, right? They got the yachts. They're popping bottles. They're popping champagne bottles on Wall Street. They got the Gucci belts, baby. They got stuff, right? And the leftist socialist movement's image have been sold to us as dirty, broke, and grumpy dreadlocks holding peace signs. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Necessarily doesn't necessarily have to be that way. It's time for it's time that lefties claim what's theirs, if you ask me. You know, and what does selling out on the left really look like? It's people like sheepdog Bernie Sanders bowing to Hillary and Biden, you know, while not calling out the election rigging. Or it's AOC and the fraud squad, you know, turning their back on the movement and their policy promises, turning back on the fight for change, and ignoring the idea of putting Medicare for all on the congressional floor for a vote during a pandemic. That's selling out. Brilliant strategy, by the way. But that's selling out. But Jimmy Dore's success? No effing way. That's amazing. You know, good for him. And Jimmy Dore buying a nice house should be applauded. Good for you, Jimmy Dore. You know, let the haters hate. He's done far more for the movement, exposing Russiagate, exposing the Syrian gas attacks stuff, talking about U.S. imperialism and pointing out the hypocrisies and corruption in both political parties, talking about the rigged elections. He's done far more than anybody claiming to be, quote, calling him out or, quote, exposing him. He's done far more than any of you butthurt fools combined. So, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is let's make leftism sexy again. Or I don't know if it ever was, to be honest, but let's at least redefine it and expand it. If you're an alleged champagne socialist, you know, like Jimmy Dore, or an aspiring champagne socialist, meaning you want leftist policies implemented, but you also want to be a highly successful individual yourself, then own it and be proud. You know, and who knows? You know, we might win some people over this way once they realize that leftism is, which is separate from liberalism, you know, they might realize that it doesn't have to be a dirty and or scary thing. And that not all of us are all about the musty hippie drum circles. And some of us, you know, some of us actually do enjoy flashy new toys and success and the status that comes with it. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. And if you are a sexy champagne socialist and like what I have to say, consider subscribing and have a wonderful day.